Hey, 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 everybody. Coach Powell. It is so good to see you all. So good to be in the space with you. I'm so thankful to have your attention and this time to share with you some of the things I think are vitally important to your career, to your business, to your success. Today's topic is going to be extremely important because we're working from a series. And the series is in the space now where we have to talk about one of the most important aspects of any plan that you're ever going to create, write, or engage in, and really put your plan to action. And that is the concept of alignment. The concept of alignment is more than about balancing. It's more than about trying to find harmony. It is literally about holding in proper alignment every time you get a chance to balance effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness and efficiency. That's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about that, and we're gonna have a pretty short show today because I got a lot going on right now. Those of you who are following me, following the chat, you know I got a big conference that we're doing the opening night for. The VIP reception is going to be happening down in McLean, Virginia, the home of my good friend Shirley Lou. I'm so thankful for her opportunities to do that. So we're going to get out of here as soon as we can and get ready for that. Before we start the show, we got to thank all of our sponsors. Literally, there are so many people who pour in to the opportunity that I have right now to engage with you, share with you, hopefully help you in your business pursuits and your entrepreneurial ideas and your hopes and dreams. But we've been able to help thousands of people because of people like Shirley Lou. We've been able to help thousands of people because of my fraternity brothers who embrace this idea. Those beautiful men of Phi Beta Sigma who wear that blue and white and they wear it well. One of the biggest reasons why they support everything I do is because not only am I the bigger and better business person for my chapter, our bigger and better business program was the first of its kind in the nation to really concentrate and focus on economic development among small businesses in the local communities that we exist in. And so that's what we do all day, every day is business. Anybody ask you about Sigma, Sigma men are businessmen first. And that's what we focus on. Yes, we do social action. Yes, we do education and a whole myriad of other things that uplift and empower the community. But our biggest idea is the economic empowerment that comes through small business leaderships and the jobs that comes through, being employers, not employees, to the best of our ability. Now, of course, you're going to find brothers all over the place, but that's what we focus on. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity. I'm also very, very grateful for my lovely wife who has helped me come through this total knee replacement surgery with flying colors. She's been a champion like nobody's business, and I can't. No one could have told me when I met this beautiful girl in high school that later on we would be in a situation where she'd be literally the wind beneath my wings in so many different ways, and she continues to be there for me. And I can't say enough about the fact that it couldn't be done without her. So, wherever you are, wherever you see, give a shout out to my wife, Kimberly Powell. She's the bomb.com. Okay, let's get into the topic today. Let's just get right into it. Oh, by the way, just want to let you know, if you haven't followed me on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, definitely do that. This is how you get an opportunity to participate in the show, engage, and bring your business to light and do all things we need to do to make sure that you have what you need to grow, to be phenomenal, to be extraordinary. We want you to do that, right? So that's one of the things you do. But today's topic, again, is all about alignment. And what we find out about alignment is that organizations and business leaders that foster a culture that values both effectiveness and efficiency have to hold these two concepts in the proper alignment constantly. And it needs to be a part of your plan. It needs to be realignment, right? Needs to be a part of your plan. You need to set aside time every single week, every single day, every single month, whenever it is required or necessary, to look at your systems, look at your strategies, look at your techniques, revisit your business plan. Make sure that you are still in alignment with your effectiveness and your efficiency. Very important concepts to talk about because it's not just the alignment that matters, it's what you are aligning. So now there's a difference between effectiveness and efficiency, and we got to talk about it. You are effective with people. You are effective with things that require emotional intelligence, things that require engagement and listening, things that require an active participant in culture and values that you bring to the table from a lens of what you hold dear, what you care about, right? So if you're trying to be effective, meaning you're trying to have meaning, relevance, and significance in the space with people, with clients, with investors, with stakeholders of all type, you're going to act in the way that's necessary for you to act in order to win the hearts and minds of those people. That's effectiveness. That doesn't have to be efficient. It's better if it is, right? It's better if you're not willy-nilly walking around trying to make everybody fall in love with you. But effectiveness is about how people feel, how people relate, how people engage, how people deal with you. Efficiency is another ballgame. Now, I'm not going to have to say too much about efficiency because we all know what it means. We all know what it means to do as much as we can with as little as we can, right? That's trying to make sure that we maximize every single bit of energy, every single bit of systems, of strategy, of technique that we can to get as much as we can out of it for as little input as possible. That's the efficient frontier that we talk about, right? How do we How do you maximize the output, the performance, the end goal, the achievement, while minimizing the input, the effort, the technique, the strategy? And so while you're over here trying to be effective, you're not necessarily thinking about efficiency. And while you're over here trying to be efficient, you're not necessarily thinking about effectiveness. Now, in the world we live in today, it would seem as if efficiency is running amok, right? It would seem as if efficiency is the only thing that people are looking for. We're looking for the best possible profit margin. We're looking for the best possible achievement model. We're looking for the best possible strategy to get exactly pinpointed what we want so that we can jump up and down and do that same thing over and 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 over again and know that we are being most efficient. But here's the problem with that. It's a zero-sum game, meaning efficiency for efficiency's sake is all it gets you. You get processes and procedures and activities that actually work and move things forward. But the problem is that the more you get efficient, the less effective you become. Because at some point, I talked to you earlier about the efficient frontier. At some point, you're producing more than you need and can consume. At some point, you're overdoing it, right? At some point, you've got a level of stock or a level of achievement or a level of whatever it is that you're creating. You have more than you can sell, more than you could use, more than you can effectively get your mind. And now you're wasting. Anytime efficiency boils over into waste, or you're overspending. Maybe you're putting too much effort in time, talent, and treasure into one area of one system, of one strategy, and one technique of your business or your life, and all of a sudden now you put all that effort into that thing, and you're not effective anymore. I'll give you an example. There's a father, right, who coaches his daughter's soccer team. All the girls are around 10 years old. Now they're doing a good job, but the coach decided he's going to take off his dad hat and put on his coach's hat. And he shows up in practice and in the games as a different person than his daughter and his daughter's best friends, who are also on the team, see when he's not coaching. He's able to get them to, do the drills and make sure they're practicing exceptionally well, and they're winning games. And they're working hard and they're driving home and they're doing all the things they need to do to become better and better and better and better at the game of soccer. At the end of the year, they win the championship. And the daughter drops the bomb, the bad news on the father after he's watched videotapes and he's learned all the systems and understood the strategy, how to make soccer, how to coach a winning soccer team, and so on and so forth. The daughter says to him, "I don't want to play soccer anymore because I want my dad back." And it hit him. He had fallen in love with being a coach. He worked so hard to be the best coach possible, but he forgot he was still coaching his daughter and her friends. And the very next time around, his daughter didn't want to play. Her friends didn't want to play. He had to literally put together and piece together a soccer team because he'd made a commitment to the league to coach. But he had no players that he now wanted to coach, because he forgot in the becoming efficient and being a great soccer coach, he forgot to also be a great dad. So you have to hold these things in balance. No matter where you go, no matter where you are in life and in business, you have to hold these things in balance. So let's talk about alignment for a second. There are 3 core benefits of being able to properly hold the alignment that you need to hold to become what you want to become and how you want to become it, no matter what it is. If you can hold that alignment between efficiency and effectiveness, what's going to happen is you're going to dramatically reduce your stress and your burnout. That's thing one. It's much easier to hold things in alignment than allow them to get so far out of alignment that you have to spend a Herculean effort in one area or another area to get things back on track. That makes sense, right? Number two, the next benefit is it literally increases your happiness and your productivity. That's right. When you are able to hold things in proper alignment as you move forward and keep rebalancing and keep coming back to realignment and keep coming back to being grounded in the thing that you're supposed to be grounded in the way you're supposed to be grounded in it, right? You find that you're not just productive, but you're happy in the production. You're happy in the effort. You're happy while doing what you're doing because you know that you're doing the right things in the right way at the right time with the right people, and everything is working the way it's supposed to work. Productivity, therefore, becomes an ipso facto ergo sum, we're going to be productive, right? If you are able to do the things that you need to do to become productive, then of course you'll be productive. How productive? Well, it matters. How, I would say if you want to really raise your level of productivity, raise your level of happiness. More on that later. The third thing that happens when you appropriately hold the balance between effectiveness and efficiency is you improve your level of communication and collaboration, full stop, right? You become a better listener. You pay attention to people the way they need to be paid attention to. People around you feel understood, and therefore they're able and willing to give their best back to you because they feel your love. They feel your trust. They feel like you are in their corner because you are in their corner. You can't fake any of this stuff, right? Learning to listen and learning to um, dial up your empathy when you need to is a critical aspect of anyone's level of success. And people who do it and do it happily are going to be people who are going to be the best leaders, the best collaborators, the best coordinators, the best facilitators, the best. Why? Because people don't know and can't find a reason not to like them. Try listening to someone for the first time really well, especially someone who's accused you of not being a good listener. Reflect back to them what you've heard them say, and for clarity, make sure that you are doing what we call reflective listening, right? Make sure you're taking the time and pause a beat somewhere in the conversation to go, listen, I think I got this right, but let me make sure what I hear you saying is blah, 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 blah. Paraphrase it, put it back in your own words and see if the person will agree. Because if they agree that you understand what they're saying, they're also agreeing that they like you. Let me say that again. If you get to talking with somebody, especially somebody who historically has always accused you of not listening and not being a good not really paying attention, or not really caring. Start using reflective listening as a skill, and don't give up on it. Just keep hammering at it. Keep hammering at it. You're gonna find that person might say to you, "What happened to you? Why all of a sudden are you this kind, empathetic, warm and friendly, interested person?" And all these values that you're sharing as you're listening and practicing reflective listening and engaging, right? As you're sharing those values, guess what happens? That person feels the benefit of those values coming out, and they feel it from you. And they have no choice but to love you. They have no choice but to fall for you. They have no choice but to be interested and engaged with you. So I often say to my customers, my clients, and my friends, when you're working with people and you're asking them to trust you, you must first demonstrate to the person not only are you trustworthy, but that you trust them. You trust them enough to listen to them. You trust them enough to engage with them. You trust them enough to find something of interest in them. You trust them enough to give them your respect. And now be careful about what respect is. Respect is the way you honor or adore someone else for something specific that they have done, said, or you've caught them in some type of transaction or engagement, and you witnessed their character, their expertise, the quality of the work that they do, the passion that they share, whatever it is that makes you respect them. It's something you witnessed and you saw it out of your own. They're not born. You're not born into respect. You might be born into authority, right? Somebody might have given it to you, but you're not born into respect. Respect has to be earned. And I want to be clear about that. Now, but I don't want you to get on your high horse and tell people who are demanding your respect and go, hey, you didn't earn it. That might not be a good challenge to make, especially if a person has authority over something that could affect you, or has relationships that they could pull from you, or something that could somehow damage you. You might be very, very careful about how you demand respect. Um, it might be smarter of you to ask the question, I would really like to gain your respect. What is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to show you? What is it that I need to participate in or engage in that's going to guarantee that I have your respect? That's the question. Because once a person has given you the recipe, the key to trust, respect, love, adoration, whatever it is you want from them, all you now have to do is do what they said that they need to do in order for them to give it to you. If they don't give it to you, that makes them a hypocrite. Again, you don't have to tell them that. You don't have to fess up to that. Just recognize that they're not the kind of person that you probably want to play with long term, and move them to the outskirts of your network. So they're no longer in your inner circles. They no longer have the ability to penetrate your life and your business in a way that is harmful to you. Okay, that's all we're going to talk about today. We're going to take a deep dive and tell some stories about some of these things later on this week, but I got to get ready to go. I got to get ready to do this VIP night, and I'm already tired. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get me some extra energy so we can push forward. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for your time and your attention. I hope you've learned something. I hope you get something out of today's lesson. I know it's super, super important for me. And engage with me anywhere you find me, on LinkedIn or on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever that is. I want to be here for small businesses until the wheels fall off of this thing. I'm never retiring. So if as long as Coach Powell has a mouthpiece, Coach Powell has some advice and some wisdom to share with you. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.